Indianapolis Zoo will award its 5th Indianapolis prize later this year. This is a $250,000 award going to one of the world's top conservationists.
The jury will choose between 6 finalists, and over the next 6 weeks, Eyewitness News anchor John Stair will give you a look at the extraordinary work that each one of those finalists is doing. John?
A woman has never won the Indianapolis prize before, and tonight I'll introduce you to someone who might. Her name is Patricia Wright, and she has found a way to make conservation economical in one of the world's most remote places. As a young woman, Patricia Wright lived in New York City, a life of anonymity in a very large place. These days, she's a very big deal in some of the world's smallest places.
Literally, when you walk to any remote village, everybody knows her.
She started out as a social worker until she had a chance encounter with a pet store monkey.
I went back to the pet store and I bought that little monkey. And it was an owl monkey. It was called Aotis. And I named him Herbie, and that started my whole life. A second life.
Deep into her 30s at the time, Pat Wright went back to school to get a PhD in primatology. And that led her deep into the rainforest in Madagascar to search for the greater bamboo lemur, which had not been spotted in the wild in more than 50 years.
One early morning we got up, and suddenly, in the search, I saw this amazing animal that came right toward me. And it was like a golden color, and it twirled its tail around and gave me this, like a motor going off, an incredible sound, and then it disappeared.
Wright had stumbled onto a previously unknown species of lemur, the golden bamboo. She later found what she'd been looking for all along, the greater bamboo lemur, alive and well in the jungles of Madagascar. Now that she knew the lemurs were in the rainforest, she wanted to make sure they could thrive there too. Timber companies were on the move in the mid-1980s, so Pat's focus shifted from the animals themselves to protecting the places where they live.
It can't be just the wildlife. It has to be the wildlife and the people together, and we knew that from the very beginning. But it was a challenge because nobody else was doing that.
Pat Wright worked to create the Ranamafana National Park in 1991, which preserved sections of the rainforest in Madagascar, the first of 18 national parks created in the country. She also started the Centerville Bio Research Station that attracts dozens of scientists a year to study the local habitat. And she is helping the local people improve their lives.
The whole economy of the place has changed, but the attitude of the place too. There's a sense of hope. There's a sense of future. There's a sense that we have to send our kids to school so they can have good jobs when they grow up.
Now, nearly a quarter of a century later, this part of Madagascar is thriving. 85 villagers have jobs working at the research center. 57 are rainforest guides, and dozens more support tourists and run new hotels. And again, I'll be introducing you to all of the Indianapolis Prize finalists over the next month and a half or so. And you can read about each finalist at our website, WTHR.com. We have links for you under Hot Topics. And one more note about Pat Wright. Her adventures with lemurs inspired a newly released IMAX documentary, Island of Lemurs, Madagascar. Morgan Freeman narrates the story of the playful animals and how they ended up on Madagascar. And that movie opened up this weekend at the Indiana State Museum.